What's up, everybody? All right, guys, have an awesome video for you today. Top 20 cards that are on fire right now. These are the cards. These are my top 20 cards in my collection that are just taking off right now. And just in general, I mean, I'm seeing baseball cards really taking off. I think people are getting pumped for the 2021 season already. Before I get into it, just real quick, I was on Personal Finance Dad, Dustin's channel last night. I thought we had a great conversation, so check that out. We did it live, and the video is available. I'll put the link below. I'll be on Bench Clear's channel as well on Saturday. I don't know if we'll be live, but we will be talking about the $20,000 portfolio. Like, if you had a $20,000 portfolio, what would you do with the cards that you would purchase? And so it's a great video. If you guys want my opinion on cards that I think are about to explode, that's a great video to go to. So anyway, here are my top 20 cards that are going up. Now, what I did is I looked at prices from like early December, late November, and compared them to where they are right now and saw some amazing increases. So at number 20, and I've been talking about this guy for a long time, the 82 Hulk Hogan. So there were no PSA sixes that were sold, but I decided to put this at number 20 because there was a Mint 9 auto that recently sold for $36,600 for this card, and I don't know if there was ever any sale that was anywhere close to that. So I just thought it was crazy to see that type of action on the Hulk Hogan card. So I put that at number 20. At number 19, again, I wasn't sure where to put this. When I did my top 100 cards recently, I had this card as a $1,152 card, and it was recently sold in an REA auction for $2,640 in a PSA 5.5. So that is a 129% increase, but I think it probably was worth a lot more than that. The previous price was just, there were just so few sales of a PSA 5.5, which is why I probably had the number a little too low. But I decided to put it at number 19. At number 18 is this Satchel Paige in a BVG 4. So Satchel Paige, obviously, all of the records from the Negro Leagues were recently put in as part of the records of MLB history. And I think that's probably what caused this card to go up in value. Obviously, Satchel Paige pitching until he was like 50 years old. I forget. I remember in 53, he was already, let's see if it says here. I think he was like 42 years old or something like that. I'll have to put below exactly how old he was, but it's amazing, Satchel Paige's career, and the fact that he pitched in the majors is really amazing. So that's at number 18. At number 17 is the Roberto Clemente. A lot of people going after the most iconic cards of all time, guys that are getting back into the hobby, really focusing on, you'll see that over and over again here. But the Clemente going from a $2,600 card to a $3,500 card. And then on REA, speaking of that auction site seems to get a lot, like if you guys are looking for a site that does really well with sales, there was a 3.5 that sold for $4,080, and the previous amount was at $1,500. So that's a huge increase. At number 16 is Gleyber Torres. So a lot of people, getting excited about the 2021 season, and I guess Gleyber Torres being a part of that trio of rookies. The other two, which will be featured in this video later, but I see that the Gleyber went from a $66 card in a PSA 10 to a $90 card in a 1 month period. So it's a 36% increase. Then number 15, of course, Tom Brady. So Tom Brady, obviously, the Buccaneers won their first round matchup against the Washington football team. I almost said the Redskins. This card is up to $9,300 from $6,751. So that is a 37% increase on the Tom Brady. But it really will depend on whether they, can make it further into the playoffs. That's the short term, whether we'll see that boost or not. They have the Saints up next, which is going to be a tough matchup for the Buccaneers. At number 14 is the David Ortiz rookie, and this card has gone from a $280 card to a $390 card. I think, again, people are kind of looking at, future Hall of Famers. Obviously there's not too much to get excited about next year unless you think, some of the guys, like the Barry Bonds, Clemens guys are going to get in. But then the year after that is David Ortiz. So a lot of people are thinking maybe David Ortiz makes it in the year after that. Next up at number 13 is the Ronald Acuna at-bat in blue jersey. So Acuna has gone from a $157 card to a $221 card. That is a 40% increase. So, again, a lot of people getting excited about like some of the top name talent, in baseball, like Acuna and Soto and Tatis. So no different with this one. Go up 41%. All right, next up at number 12, again, is the Griffey card. And again, if collectors that are kind of new to the hobby are going after some of the most iconic cards, it doesn't surprise me that they would go after the one of the most iconic cards of baseball, the 89 Upper Deck Griffey, which has gone from a $1,600 card to a $2,300 card. That is a 42% increase. At number 11 is this 2003 Topps LeBron James. I guess I'm kind of sick of showing this card in every single video where I do top, cards going up, top cards going down. This card, again, is up. A card that went way up and then came crashing back down and now is going back up again. So to no surprise, coming back up again, went from a $4,000 card to a $6,000 card in about a 1 month period. That's a 50% increase in 1 month that we saw. And, I don't know why it went down in the first place. All he did was win a championship with the Lakers. All right, at number 10 is the Juan Soto. So for those of you that have been following card prices, you shouldn't be surprised by seeing this card on here. The 2018 Topps Update has gone from a $190 card to a $290 card in a 1 month period. His cards are really exploding, especially his high-end stuff. It's just been insane. I guess a lot of people are now kind of saying Juan Soto is the guy in baseball, probably after Trout still, but he's still right up there, and probably the most exciting of the young, talented players out there. At number 9 is the 2019 Topps Chrome Sapphire Edition Trout. I love this card. This has gone from a $228 card to a $350 card, and just an awesome shot of Mike Trout there. So nothing more to say about that one. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, next up at number 8 is Jeter, 93 SP Jeter and a PSA 9. This has gone from... So I decided to put this on here. I probably could have left it off. So there was one random sale, and I don't even know if it was real. It's the PWCC Vault. There was actually a sale for $10,869. The previous sales were around $7,000. I left it on here. I didn't know whether to take that sale seriously. I left it on here just because the way that the other cards have gone, especially some of the most iconic cards in sports cards, and one of them coming up very soon, the way that they've gone up insanely over the last month or so, I would not be surprised if one of the next cards to really take off is this card, because everyone knows the captain, Derek Jeter. Everyone is familiar with this card. So I don't know. It could be a card that really takes off, something to keep an eye on. All right, at number 7 is the Barry Bonds. So this card's gone crazy. This card was selling for about $329. And this is just the base Topps card, gone from $329 to $526, 60% increase. So obviously a lot of people kind of gearing up for that, the Hall of Fame. A lot of people think that Barry Bonds and Clemens have a good shot at making it in this year. We'll see if they get in, but regardless, it is causing Barry Bonds' cards and Clemens' cards to go up a lot, even just the base Topps traded card. All right, next up, let's see where we're at. Number 6, Jose Canseco. So I think this is just a market correction. So this was when the 80s cards were taking off, July, August of last year. This was one of the cards that benefited the most. This card went up to, I think, like a $600 card at one point, and then it plummeted down to about $300. And this is what I've been trying to tell everybody is, if you see a card, especially like this, that goes up in value and then comes down for no reason. I mean, Jose Canseco didn't do anything, that would cause the card to go down. When it went down, that would have been the time to buy, and now it's back up again. So it went from a $300 card to a $500 card. That is a 66% increase. All right, top 5, guys. At number 5, and this is a card that I kind of saw coming. There is a documentary, I believe, about Larry Bird and Magic Johnson in the works. And anytime you hear documentary nowadays, cards just seem to skyrocket. I still think that there's an opportunity to get this at, I think it could still go up beyond this, but it's it went from a $1,500 card to a $2,500 card in like a 1 month period. The $1,500 price was like late November. But that's a 66% increase on a PSA 7. By the way, all these prices are based on eBay sold listings and based on the grade. So I'm only looking at PSA 7s. So in case, if you're wondering, can I sell my ungraded disaster Magic Johnson Larry Bird for $2,500? No, you cannot. So next up at number 4, Michael Jordan. So one of the cards coming up, and I'll just, just to remove some of the excitement about the top 5, is going to be the 86 Fleer Jordan. It's coming up soon. So I think a lot of people are just, I don't know what's going on with the 86 Fleer Jordan. It's insane. But what I think is going to happen next is, a lot of people are going to say, oh, okay, I can't afford the 86 Fleer Jordan anymore. Let me go after some of the other cards after the 86 Fleer. So why not go after the 90 Fleer Jordan, which is still definitely affordable. It's a even though it went up 75% from a $200 card to a $350 card, a 75% increase. It's still $350 is not too crazy. Or you can get it in a PSA 9 or whatever. But Jordan's cards are just going crazy for whatever reason. At number 3 is the Fernando Tatis Sapphire in a PSA 10. So again, I look at this as more of a market correction than anything else. This card at one point, I actually bought it for $2,500, and then it went up to almost $4,000. Then it came crashing back down to around under $2,000, and now it's back to about $3,500 again. So I don't know. I think people are gearing up again for the season. If you were looking to buy some of the top players in baseball at the cheap, your window has closed officially. So just keep that in mind. Maybe keep that in mind for next year, that the window of buying, modern players, it seemed to go from like November through like early January, and then your window closed, and now everything's back up again. So just keep that in mind. At number 2 is the Michael Jordan 86 Fleer Jordan in a PSA 6. So as I was mentioning before, this is ridiculous. This card went from a $3,300 card to a $6,000 card in January. That's an 81% increase. I mean, it's one thing to see an 81% increase on like a $50 card, but to see an 81% increase on a card that was $3,300 and now going to $6,000, I don't know what to make of it. I have to assume that the card will come down again and we'll see another fluctuation. So don't be buying into the 86 Fleer Jordan. Although who knows, it might just keep going up. It's hard to figure out. This card is kind of an enigma because it's just it's one of those cards that everybody wants. Especially when you get back into the hobby. So there you have it at number 2. And at number 1, to no surprise, this is still on the list. Despite the fact that it has taken a big hit. So this card went from a $345 card. I actually saw this card, the Tiger Woods, go to about $1,700 and I don't even know if those were real sales. but then it seemed to sort of settle around 1,200, and then Sports Card Investor mentioned that he thinks it's going to go down, which I agreed. I mean, I it was definitely not sustainable, and then it went down. Now it's down to about 700. But even if you look at it, $700 from December going around 345 to January at 700, that is still 103% increase from December. So it is possible that this card still has room to go down, but I think it will settle in, soon. And the beautiful thing is, if you can get this card, if it goes down even further, you know that it has the potential of people. You can see that collectors are willing to spend $1,200, $1,300 for this card. So that is something to really keep an eye on. If you can get this, so keep an eye on this card, guys. If it continues to go down, if it starts to hit like the 500 range, like, you should pounce on it, because this is a card that now people are overreacting to the correction, and the fact that it has the potential of hitting a $1,200 card is something that I would be very excited about. And the fact that it's Tiger Woods, it's not like we're talking about some guy that we don't know, what he's going to accomplish. Like, this is Tiger Woods. He's arguably the greatest golfer of all time. He's one of the most recognizable characters in all of sports. And even though the thing that concerns me about this card is, of course, the amount of cards that are out there, but I do think it still has a ton of room to grow, at the right price. So anyway, that is my top 20 cards that are on fire right now. Thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to leave comments. I will talk to you later. Peace.